my heroes are potheads. So why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly? Peter Tosh said got to legalize. All my heroes are potheads.
And we're back to the first episode of Comics on Cannabis for the year 2022. It is where we talk everything from cannabis, sports, movies, music, anything pop culture. It is where cannabis and entertainment meet. I am your host, Ed Cho. With me is my co-host, Derek Michael, who's been out for a little bit. We'll get to that in a second. And behind the board is the amazing Ming Chen. What's up, Ming?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I really missed you.
Thanks, Ming. We missed being here in this, and we're actually in the new Red Bank studio.
You are welcome. Welcome.
I dig this. I dig it.
We were supposed to be the first one.
Remember?
Tried,
man.
You did.
Tried everything I could to get you guys to be the first broadcast in here, but sometimes things don't work out. But hey,
a lot's happened.
So now you're like the fourth one. So big deal.
A lot. You know what? A lot's happened in the.
They start with F. They both start with F. We're good.
What are you talking about?
First and fourth.
Yes, well, there you go. So thank you for that, Derek. I appreciate that. As you know, that when we last podcasted, I wanted Derek. I explained why Derek. We kind of explained Derek had some tough times that was going on, which is why we didn't podcast for a little bit. And now Derek, it was a tough holiday season. And Derek is back, and I'm glad to have you back. And last time I know that we spoke, and things were happening, but Derek, I mean, what happened, Derek? I mean, it's been a difficult time, but
yeah, well, my mom died, so that that kind of took the sales right out of Christmas.
And that was really difficult on the point that it was right after Christmas. It was the day after.
It was the 26th. It was the 26th.
And my heart is still hurting because. Here's the thing. She was a second mom to me too, and you know that.
Yeah.
A second mom to me, and we're still like coping with it. She was as good as a mom, as I've seen. She's the sweetest thing. She would always make me feel like part of the family, and I always was a part of your family because of your mom and because of your dad. So I appreciate that, and my heart still goes out to you, Derek.
I appreciate
all that stuff, and I was, tried being here for you as much as I can. I'm still going to be here for you as much as I can. So, but optimistic. We're optimistic for 2022. We want positivity, right?
Yes, that's what we want.
Positive things that we want to happen in 2022. So I'm glad that we're going to start getting on a normal schedule, and I'm glad that we're just back and good things are going to happen. I don't know, man. So far? Aren't you glad 2022 is here? 2021 was kind of what? How was your 2021?
I mean, I got nothing to complain about. If you know me or you follow me on Instagram or social media, like I traveled pretty much all the second half of 21. I got into the usual adventures. I got nothing to complain about. My friends for the most part healthy or got through COVID.
Yeah.
Survived, thankfully. So, and then we moved to this studio. This is what I did during my Christmas break. I set this up. Yeah.
It looks great. I mean, if you're ever going to come here, like, Mike had something to do with this too, I'm assuming, but
not really. He's been under the gun at the store, so nothing against him. But I was like, we got to get this up and running. So, we signed the lease on December 8th, and I had a free week. I'm going to get this set up for you guys. So
it looks great. It feels like home. It's very homey.
Yeah,
it's a very homey place.
Yeah, and my roots have always been in Red Bank. So I met the very first time I came to Jersey to meet Kevin in person for the first time in 1996. So 26 years ago.
Wow.
I came into Red Bank right into Broad Street, and the store's here. We started podcasting here,
right?
So it feels like home for sure.
This is kind of special to you, then. This is like really special to you.
Yeah, but Red Bank is cool. All our friends are here. Yestercades.
Yestercades there. Stash is there.
Yeah, Yestercades. Rook Coffee. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of friends here.
Green Room is here.
The Green Room is here. Yeah. Oh yeah, geez, I gotta give them a shout out. Yeah, the Green Room is here.
So I mean, I just want you to know how awesome this place does look. It does feel like home. It's very homey. So I'm sure this is where we're going to be.
Thank you. And you guys look great here. So most importantly, you guys look awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Well, we are here. We're going to kick it off. As you all know from last last couple times, we always kick this off with a podcast of a review of our cannabis products that are kindly donated, once again, from different companies. And today we are sticking with the same company that has been hooking us up, and we're friends with the Green Room in New Jersey. If you haven't visited them, please make sure you do so, as they are taking over the CBD and cannabis market. They have stores in Hoboken, Montclair, Jersey City, West Village. They're opening one, I believe, in Westfield, and of course, my favorite store right here in Red Bank. So from recreational, medicinal, whatever you need.
And maybe soon, others.
What?
Maybe soon.
Right? Yeah, they're popping up everywhere. So whatever you're looking for, go to the Green Room, greenroomnewjersey.com. Check them out. They will have what you're looking for. But today, they were nice enough to donate. Last time, was it the chocolates? We had the Delta 8 peanut butter chocolates? Is that what they had? Okay, so we had the peanut butter chocolates. Today, we have the Moose Gummy Vegan Delta 8 infused gummies. 250 milligrams. It's organic and 25 milligrams per serving. Mixed berry. I got to tell you, so far nothing's disappointed. I don't think anything was, and we were going to be honest. If something did disappoint, we would let everybody know. This is not very good, but everything we had was really good. Ming was a big fan of the rainbow gummies that we had. Remember?
Yeah, they're the ribbons, the gummy ribbons.
Yeah, the gummy
really
ribbons.
Good. Really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So today, like I said, we'll see what we can get from this.
It says vegan right on there. I don't know why it has to say vegan on gummies.
It's vegan. Yeah, it does say vegan, doesn't it? In pretty big letters. Well, you know what? Vegans deserve to enjoy this as well.
Vegans deserve to get.
They deserve this as well. We'll open this up
We'll throw them
here.
a bone.
You know what's weird?
Don't throw them a bone. They're vegan.
Da-da-da! Ming with the zinger. We have. Oh, look at that, man! Check this out. They're like They're actually
gummies.
They're triangles. But what's cool about
They're triangles.
Yeah, look, they're triangles. But every time we do this, we really can't even.
I love eating things that have more than 4 points.
Just take one, asshole. We can't say how they make us feel because the show is pretty much over by the time they hit.
Right, you know what they are? They're more. They're less like gummy bears. They're more like Chuckles. Remember Chuckles?
I'll grab one there.
Well, you know what? These are what?
Toss one, Ed. You got a good right arm.
Unlike the wow, these taste good too.
They're more like Chuckles. They're not.
Yeah, they're like Chuckles.
Yeah, they're not gummy bears. They're definitely more like Chuckles.
These are a lot softer. Do you remember the ribbons were chewy? The ribbons they had like a chewiness to them. You know, it tastes like something you chew on.
Right, like gummies.
Yeah, well, no. This tastes more like a gummy. Like that was more like a gummy bearish. You know how it's kind of
that's what I think of when I think of gummies. I think of like gummy bears and gummy worms and those kinds of things.
Yeah, but this doesn't have that consistency. This is more
a Chuckles.
A Chuckles.
Yeah,
Chuckles is about the perfect way you could put it. But yeah, man, you should give it a whirl, man. They're actually pretty darn good. So if you want to. 200 yeah, well, like I said,
since it's Delta 8, it'll all be 3%.
We have to we have to do a longer podcast just so we can actually have the feel, you know. Because remember that one time we did the chocolates and we had a couple beers and then I texted you at night and I was like, bro, I'm fucked up. I was like, and you're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And it must have been like, and how long ago did we eat those chocolates?
See, that's how you fuck around, miss your exit on the Parkway, though.
Yes, but that was. We did combine it with alcohol, so
right. So you're not sure exactly.
Those were the ones that really messed me up. Nothing else has really done anything, you know. For I mean, it makes me feel good.
You know,
but those are where my head was like kind of spinning.
We can buy 2 bags of these, and we can have some an hour before the show, and then the others during the show. That way, you can review it on the air. And
wait, do what? Do what?
He's never heard of this revolutionary idea of having it an hour before the show while also doing it on the air.
No, I'd rather do it on the air because...
Well, we are doing it on the air, but we're also doing it before the air, which means we'd buy 2 of these.
We could do that. Well, these are a win. So, any guys, if you want the Moose Green Room, New Jersey Green Room, gummy, vegan, 250 milligram organic gummies, make sure you head over to thegreenroomnewjersey.com or, of course, go to one of their stores in this great state of New Jersey. Derek, outside of everything that's happened to you, how was your 2021? This is our first of 2022. Outside of it ended on kind of a low note, but outside of that,
yeah,
what did you think of 2021?
Well, it wasn't all that much better than 2020. If you really think about it. I mean, there was some progress made. Work was work, and making money is making money. But other than that, I mean, there was a lot of closures and a lot of businesses going out, and a lot of COVID worries, and
But it didn't really affect you too much, though.
No, they didn't, but they affected the places you went. I mean, look how many businesses we used to go to that are no longer there.
Yeah, that's a shame. The whole COVID, it's always going to be here, but now we just got to end up learning to adapt.
Did you see the announcements during the broadcast at Times Square?
No, what happened?
That guy got twisted. What was his name?
Oh, who's this? Oh my God!
Oh, he got twisted.
Yeah,
dude. He started slurring his words. I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, there was two of them. Don Lemon got fucked up on I don't know if it was CNN, but he went off, and then Anderson Cooper's the guy, right?
Right. What's his name? Anderson Cooper was with. He was like, you need to slow down, man.
Yeah, he went off on De Blasio.
That's funny.
You know what? He actually didn't. Did you see? He didn't apologize. He was like, nope, that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna apologize. That's how I felt. I drank, and that was it. So I was like, go ahead.
Well, I think that's fucked up because De Blasio was a fantastic basketball player.
That guy was such an idiot. I think Eric Adams is going to do okay, but we don't need to talk about New York politics because I think New York's a dumpster fire. It's not as bad as Chicago, but I do think New York is a dumpster fire. And I think Eric Adams can clean it up a little bit better than, anyone can from de Blasio. Well. Now, I'm just saying. But this year, once again, I want to be optimistic about everything. God.
So what were your New Year resolutions? There you go. How about that?
I don't really have New Year resolutions because I never really stick to them. But if there was one bigger one, I don't have stupid ones, bro. I don't have stupid ones that are like, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to do this. What I found in my life now is I want to dedicate more time in making sure I'm healthy. That I'm eating okay, that I stay healthy, that, the people I care about, they stay healthy. It's less about.
That's a resolution.
It is a resolution.
You're going to focus on your health more. That's a common one. Right?
But when most people think resolution, what do they think? I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. Anything that they think they think it's supposed to make you feel better, and it never lasts more than 2-3 weeks. Whereas this, I'm going to. It's not just going to be empty resolutions. I really want to make a point to make sure the people I care about stay healthy or try to stay healthy, spend more time with them, make sure I'm healthy, make sure, that's what I'd like to do.
How long do you think that'll last?
A long time. Well, people you care about. No, the people you care about. You want to make sure. So that's one of the bigger things. Why do you still do resolutions, bro?
Well, I didn't do any this year. But I have done resolutions in the past, and I'll tell you right now, none of them, actually, took. I'd say more than, like you said, probably a couple months. You do a couple of things here and there. There were a couple that stuck back in the day, though. I decided not to date any more redheads at one point, and I didn't.
That was a well, I don't know if that's much of a resolution more than.
It was a resolution. I resolved myself not to date more redheads.
Don't take this the wrong way, dude, but if a dime-piece redhead came up to you and said, hey, you know what?
There would be the end of my resolutions.
Exactly.
See what I mean?
You can talk these resolutions all you want, but...
I'm just saying I kept them thus far, because that hasn't obviously happened yet.
What do you got going this year? Anything good?
I'm hoping to find a dime-piece redhead now that you say
There you go, man. Everybody wants a dime-piece redhead. Everybody needs a dime-piece redhead. This year, we need more positivity. We need more positivity. We need more positivity. We do.
That's thinking positive.
It is. We need more positivity. There was so much negativity that we're going to leave in the back. Let's think about how 2021 ended. Okay, we got John Madden. He passed away, which was awful.
Sucked.
EA Sports. I used to play that. I
Betty White.
John Madden. Right? Jiming's head, right? EA Sports. How good was Madden football?
Oh, it was great. I've been playing ever since Sega. Yep. Way back in the day. Then I remember. I can't remember what year it was, but the very first PlayStation version blew me away.
Oh yeah. I know
they had the voices like him, Pat Summerall. I was like, whoa, it'll never get better than this, and of course it did.
It did, of course. But aren't you gonna miss that? It's like, oh, that was a hit. Or anytime there was a Madden football game, it sucks. When he passed away,
yeah, he would like berate you. He was like, well, you shouldn't have handed it off right at that point. That play, what a terrible player. Like, yeah, he would berate you too. I loved it.
It was amazing. So when he passed away, it hit you pretty hard, I guess, too. I mean, if you're a sports fan, if you're a sports fan or football fan, it's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah,
he was the voice of football as far as I was concerned.
Exactly. I thought so too. That hit me, and what hit me disgustingly terrible too was Betty White. That just crushed me.
Hey, she had a good run. I mean, she had a really good run. 99 years, what, a month away from 100?
Yeah, and that really crushed me, man. And all the memes, and I saw this one great meme that said it was her with a bunch of dogs, because you know how she's a big animal. Right. And she was entering the gates of heaven, and the guy was like, "Wow, what type of legacy you must have left? You must have left down there to die at the age of 99, and people are still saying, wow, that was too early."
Yeah.
You know? What type of life and legacy are you leaving? So Betty White killed me, and recently Bob Saget, being a comic, just being a comedian.
Did they find out anything about
Saget,
that? It was 65 in the hotel and nothing else that I heard. So was there any? Does anybody have any more news on
all
that?
I know is that he passed away peacefully in his sleep.
Oh, God bless him. God bless him.
I loved Bob Saget. He was great, and even when he was America's favorite dad on Family House, Full House,
and then a filthy comic.
Oh, but he was so funny. I don't know if you ever saw him.
What a difference, though. You see the Full House dad, and then you see him on stand-up, you're like, which fucker do I believe in? You know what I mean? Obviously, the stand-up. I mean, they're both kind of characters, really, that he played.
He did so many drugs, though.
Coke. A lot of coke.
Drugs, man. But it really sucked because he was a ridiculously funny comedian. I don't know if you got a chance to ever see him. He's filthy, but
is that what everybody's assuming, that this was something drug related? Is that what everybody?
That's what people have thought, that maybe he got something happened. But I believe I saw something recently saying that it had nothing to do with that.
Had nothing to do with that. Okay.
He wasn't back on drugs.
You got to slow down at 65.
I'm just thinking because he went so hard in his 30s and 40s that
residual effects
sooner, right? I mean, they say it catches up to you, right?
Yeah.
So you know how you're a smoker and
later on in life. Yeah.
So that's my thing. But that hit me hard when he passed away.
The things we do when we're young, when we're invulnerable, when we're
stupid, you mean?
That too.
Young and stupid?
Yeah, but we're also courageous as fuck. You know, we're brave as fuck, stupid as fuck too.
Well, nothing can stop us.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You do that then, and then later on you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's actually very true. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I did do some stuff, but I don't think I did stuff to do any real long-term. Maybe I did. Like long-term damage. I did a lot of stupid stuff, but nothing I could really scratch my head about and think to myself, you know what? When I'm like 65, my heart's gonna stop. You know?
No, and anything else you'd have seen in the shower.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, man. I never did heroin. I never did. Needles. I never did any of that.
Anything like that.
So I mean, that's some really hardcore bad stuff.
Yeah, wow.
And so that's really difficult. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm hoping, and once again, I guess this circles back to the resolution of I'm trying to make myself healthier. You know, I want to eat better, do this,
right.
And that's really what I want to do. But you know what I'm talking about. You want to get healthier.
Oh, hell yeah.
You want to get healthier, and that's exactly what you're looking for. There's a story here that I wanted to bring up that I thought was out of control, crazy. I mean, I don't know if you saw it but it's an absolute nut job of a case here. Check this out. So a judge fined a cancer patient who was 72 years old, a senior, for an overgrown lawn, and she said, "I'd give jail time if I could." This was an actual. Pull it up if you can.
For an overgrown lawn.
Yeah. So a hardline judge.
Is that a metaphor?
What? Look at this. So a hardline judge has fined and ridiculed a 72-year-old Michigan man with lymphoma, ruling that he should be ashamed of being too weak to mow his overgrown lawn. It's there. You found it.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that. Birdhan Chowdhury of...
Judge found shot in the cut in the front yard.
This is just of Hamtramck, a community about 6 miles north of Detroit. He fell behind in yard maintenance, and he was diagnosed with cancer of the lymph nodes in 2019. Oh, there it is. There's a picture of it. His overgrown property prompted local officials to subpoena Chowdhury, and now apparently, I don't know, but there's a Zoom. There was a Zoom court hearing that happened here, and the judge Alexis G. Crott, she said you should be ashamed of yourself on the video, and she said if I can give you jail time on this, I would. To a 70-year-old man that had cancer.
Wow.
She actually quoted here, "You've got to get that cleaned up. This is totally inappropriate." And then she continues after ordering he pay a $100 fine for the eyesore. Okay. Let me, here's the thing. And I don't know if you guys agree with me. You don't have to, but this is where I gotta say that this poor old man has cancer, correct? And he's 72 years old. And obviously he's not going to be able to take care of his lawn. This is where I think America would be like, this Karen judge that's here should switch places with this guy and nobody would even blink an eye. Like, what do you think about that? Is that too harsh? Do you think that's too harsh? I don't know if that's too harsh. We should
that
take
there's
a
more
vote.
to this story than that. There's got to be. That's like his ex-wife.
No.
And she's just like, you know what I mean? Maybe he cheated on her with her sister.
No, dude. This is they have the son here too. Actually, saying the son's really upset.
Does she live in the room upstairs, or
the son's really upset? The son had to pay the ticket. Apparently, they tried getting in contact with the judge. The judge obviously wasn't. The judge wasn't going to answer any questions. That's obvious. Like, there's certain people in this world that I have to feel we'd be better without. Now, I don't want her to get hit by a car and and something happened really bad to her. But it's almost like people like that. People like, you don't agree? Like, think about that. If those two switch places, would anybody blink an eye? Like, it's like, well, no. It's a little harsh. I get it. But this girl, not having a heart, being a judge, this woman judge, being as cruel and as shitty as she is, don't you think, like, something's going to happen here to her? Because you can't be that much of an asshole. It's impossible to be that much of an asshole and not have full circle. Do you believe in karma?
Oh, yeah, I do.
You do?
Actually. Yes, I
Ming,
do.
you believe in karma?
Yes, I do.
1,000%.
Karmically, you think something's going to happen to her? Or am I being a little heavy-handed with this?
No, not at all.
See?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
This is harsh.
That's harsh, right?
Harsh. I mean, this Hamtramck, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit, they got other things to worry about there, man. Instead of
you're from Michigan, right?
Yeah, man.
So
I've been in that neighborhood. My favorite dive bars there. Yeah, they got.
Oh, you know this?
Hamtramck, Michigan. Yeah, it's a big Polish population, but I mean, they got bigger things to worry about in Detroit than overgrown lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine RoboCop? Like dead or alive, you must clean up this lawn.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have bigger problems in Detroit right now.
So this is a story because she's such an asshole. But why be such an asshole? Is there any reason to be such an asshole? Like, even what Ming just said, he's like, there's bigger things that you can do. There's bigger things that you can do. Why be an asshole? Like, what do you get out of being an asshole? What are you getting out of being an asshole?
Honestly, I think there's more to it. There's got to be. I mean, we're just saying, like, all right, she's just a cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's it, that's it. I mean, there are people out there like that, but I got to believe that, like, this is, there's more to this story. She's an ex or maybe...
Of a 72-year-old man here?
Maybe it's his son. I don't know. Who knows? Do we have a picture? Picture of the judge?
So we do have a picture of the judge? Let's see. There's a Zoom call. She's a Karen.
Is she angry because she's ugly?
You could tell you can't tell
I don't know.
Well, she's not going to be good looking.
Over that.
Do you know any good looking judges? No.
Well,
don't say judge.
I'm sure if there was like a judge's calendar, there'd be a few good looking.
No, I don't think so. No, stop it.
Yeah, I'm telling. All right, here, I'm gonna find out.
Okay, there it is. There is. She's not attractive. She's not good looking, but I don't think she's trying to be good looking. Even if she was good looking, it wouldn't make a difference. Having an attitude like that, fuck her, man. Like, you have elderly parents. If 72 years old, and then she's gonna like say something as obnoxious as you should be ashamed of yourself. Fuck you.
Okay.
Go to hell. I mean, I'm sorry, and the fact you're like, there's more to this. You think there's more to the story here?
Well,
like,
I'm just saying.
Okay, let me just ask you. No, let me ask you. Then, what would warrant her being like, you should be ashamed of yourself? This is an eyesore. You got cancer. You're 72 years old.
Walked in the house, found it with her sister. I believe you've been in that situation.
Funny, very funny, dude. Seriously, like honestly, like that would, like, mind you, the guy has cancer.
That's why I said. I mean, either I allowed for the fact that she might be, just a straight up cunt, and that's it. You know what I mean? And then if that's the case, that's the case.
There she is. Is that her?
But
Alexis Crotch, whatever the fuck her name is. Who cares? Look at her.
Yeah, I see her, man. I see her.
Look at that. She's a pig. Like, she's a fucking pig. Like, she has any right to say anyone should clean up anything. Clean up that fucking face. Like, look at her.
There's a show called Hot Bench TV.
You're looking at that shit?
Yeah,
Seriously?
she's a hot judge right there. She's pretty hot.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is. She's pretty hot.
Her eyes are too far apart from each other.
Her eyes are too far apart from each other.
But I mean, look at this.
That's if she could see you coming.
See, you could tell this. You could tell this is a Karen. You could tell this is a Karen. You could tell this is just a Karen judge. I don't know. When I saw it, man, something really just kind of went off on me, saying like, once again, my soft spots. It's elderly people
and
animals.
animals.
Those are my two soft spots.
Fuck children.
Right. Well, don't fuck them. I mean, everybody knows this about me. Even from my other podcast, we had a thing about it on Poke the Woke. If I saw like an injured animal or injured elderly person, it would probably ruin my day. But if I saw like a kid that was injured, I'd be like, that sucks. I wouldn't be smiling.
Right.
But my day would go on. It wouldn't be in the back of my head where if I saw an animal or an elderly person.
Right.
I don't know why. That's just how I am. So when I saw this, and you have a 72-year-old that's having just this lady is like going off on him, and he has cancer. And you know what, Derek? Even if there was something more behind it,
okay,
you still got to be. The guy's still. He's 72-year-old. He's still an elderly person.
Hey, man, I hear you.
And he has cancer.
I'm not defending her.
No, but you were saying there's got to be. Maybe there's more to it. And look, man,
like I said maybe she came home and found her sister's legs up in the air.
I mean, that's possible.
And this is how she's getting them back. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yes, she can be just a horrible person to do what she did, but oftentimes there's just a little more to it, and that may make you even more of a bitch, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe she does this regularly. Is that the only story about her? Did we look into this at all?
That's the one story that I saw, yeah. Because, they wanted to actually dig up more stuff, but she won't talk to anybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could Google somebody, right? We should Google her and find out what else.
Well, we Googled her, and then we got that fucking Shrek face of hers, yeah.
That Shrek face of hers.
You know what, man, just get that off. That's making me sick. Like, just look
also
at her.
Good for dieting.
Look at her. Look, there's another picture of her, too. There was two pictures of her, right? If it couldn't get any worse, right? It could on that other picture.
There you go.
And she was probably younger.
Around.
Yeah, she was probably younger, right?
Yeah.
So, you're supposed to be better looking when you're younger. It didn't happen there. Did you see her? Like, she had brunette. I might just be angry just because of of her attitude. Like, she's not a good looking woman, as we can see.
Right.
I think she's more ugly to me now because of the story of what she did.
Well, maybe she's mad because she's ugly. See, that would be more to the story, right?
That
Maybe
I can
she's
get.
just mad because she's ugly.
I can get behind that.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
You can still get behind that? That's disgusting.
That's just really bad stuff, man. I don't know. When I saw that, I thought it would trigger something. And you like elderly people too. Like, you pretty much got a soft spot about it. So I'm actually a little surprised. They're like, well, maybe there's more behind it. Maybe she isn't a bitch. Maybe
I wasn't
maybe he
defending
did something.
her.
No, but you were more of like, you weren't on side of like, yeah, she's a bitch. You're like, there's got to be more behind it. And I was like,
because I can't imagine somebody being that much of a bitch for such a stupid reason as a lawn, right? I mean, if she is, dude, die, burn, go to hell. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, when I see that, just nasty stuff. I just, the elderly.
Hey, man, I hear you.
Is bad. I don't like seeing stuff like that, especially this guy that can't even take care of himself, and he's got nothing for it, man, nothing for it. But that's one of the things that I don't know. I just have. You know what was funny? Not funny. There was another story.
Maybe she's really like a nice person, but she identifies as a bitch.
You're such an idiot.
It can happen.
It can happen. She's identifying as a bitch.
Exactly.
She identifies.
That's who she is.
She identifies as a toad. Like, look at her.
Toad.
She's a fucking toad ready to leap. I can't stand that shit. She's awful. But that was something I just wanted to bring up, and I wanted your take on that.
All right. Well, you got it.
Well, these were issues that I don't know why they kind of shot up at me, and I wanted your take on it. Ming was like, okay, I see that. Here's one that's a little bit more fun that I think, but I wanted your take on this one, and
all right.
you're going to know where I'm going to go with it. Did you guys see that woman? She was, it was at a Supercross event, and she was like flashing. She was flashing the everybody, and everyone was like going, woo! And this one lady freaked the fuck out because she's like, there are kids here! And it was this big hoo-ah, and like people were throwing beer at her, and yeah, I think it was on TikTok, and I think it was
They were
on
throwing beer at her?
I think it was. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is too. I'm telling you, to post it. Look.
Of course, the post.
Look at this, right? So, so there's a girl here, a very voluptuous young woman, and she's at a motocross, and she's flashing. Everyone's having a good time, as we would, of course, as most men do. And a woman came up and had this really big argument with her saying, hey, you can't do that. My kids are here. There are other kids here.
Right.
But all the other guys started booing her. And I'm not going to... there's actually the video. Is there any way we could play that or see that video? Oh, there. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So now she's flashing. She's flashing it. And there's the lady.
You hear that?
Go back to your seat. Go back to your seat.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Now let's talk about that for a minute, shall we?
Wow.
Can we talk about that for just...
Oh, wow. I'm glad you showed that to me. That just brightened my mood right there.
I'm just so glad. You know, it's even more fun when you're high. So,
oh, my God.
It really is.
Wow.
Now, here's just my take on it, and I'd love to hear your take on it. The young lady that's showing her breastises. The beautiful the beautiful breastises that they are. They were nice.
All right. Yeah.
I have to feel, and this is the truth, and you saw what happened?
Right.
I gotta agree with the other lady a little bit.
My children here.
There are kids there, so I gotta agree with her a little bit. Here's the thing: if we're drunk and stupid, I don't care who you are, Ming, you, me. We're gonna go like, yeah, look at this girl flashing, and it's great. But I kind of felt a little bad, and she's being vilified. The lady, obviously, that's getting booed is being vilified.
Right.
You can't do that, or my kids are here, and you stupid whore, and da-da-da.
Right.
And if you look at the comments and stuff,
right?
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Yo. You okay? I'm making sure that you're not. They're CBD, dude.
I know they're CBD. They're
not. Sure, don't do too much. All right. This is where I'm going to say it, and most people would think I'm going to side with the lady that's showing her breasts. I'm actually siding with the lady that got beer showing, the one that's getting booed. I'm actually going to side with her.
I would like to see a shot of her kids. Where they, are we talking about like 10-year-old boys?
I think
they'd probably be all for that.
It was a motocross, so I think there was a bunch of kids. Yeah, if it was a motocross, kids love the jumps and stuff. So I'm going to guess. I don't think it says, but 7, 8, 9, right? I guess. But yeah. So I'm taking her side on it, but that might floor you, which I'm thinking it might floor you. Be like, really, Ed? But what's your take on it? I can't wait to hear both your guys' take on this.
I think censorship in general has gotten way out of hand. If you look at Europe, I mean, they have billboards with women's breasts out. You know what I mean? I mean, kids are passing by. It's no big deal. I mean, here it's obviously a big deal, and we have certain it's basically the really crazy Christians that are like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being Christian. I'm just saying.
It's funny. I was saying there's a silence there for a minute. You're like, there's nothing wrong.
I was born Roman Catholic. All right,
okay.
I was born Roman Catholic. I'm just saying there are a lot of don't have sex till you're married, and
You're okay with that, though?
I had sex long before I was
married. No, I'm not talking about it. But you're okay with this?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, and she was probably being spontaneous, and a pair of breasts isn't going to,
spontaneous.
Seriously, she had a few too many. She was spontaneous, right? We see it all the time at different places.
I wish more women were more spontaneous.
I went to a Pearl Jam concert where 100, I don't know, maybe 100, 200 women in a mud fight just were on top of these guys' shoulders, and they had their shirts off, and we were throwing mud back and forth, and You know what I mean? Things like that. I mean, they're a pair of breasts. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like, walking into school, shooting up the school. That's what shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah. But that.
These are a pair of breasts. It's not that big a deal. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Half the population of the world has them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The girls
actually more. There's a lot of fat guys I know that have as far as
the girls are going to get them eventually, and the guys, well, they just want to see them. You know what I mean? At least most guys, right? So,
yeah. All right. So you're okay with that? That's cool. No. I'm
I
okay
don't
with
think
it
it's
too.
objectionable material.
Do you think that lady should have beer fucking thrown on her? And get as booed as she did?
No. I don't think she should have gotten beer thrown on her.
Yeah. I mean, that was Ming. Your take? I got to hear this. Here we go.
I shouldn't have gotten beer thrown on her. That was a little harsh.
Whose side you taking?
I don't know what the atmosphere at a Supercross event is like.
It's fun. I've been to it in Las Vegas.
Yeah, is it
fun.
like more of like a redneck kind of like a
NASCAR?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That woman probably should. If her kids were there, she probably should have. She's like, let's go get some popcorn.
Yeah.
Like, take them out of the environment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what?
Because you can't win in that, man. You can't win with a bunch of rednecks. Like, and they're all drunk. Watching guys on dirt bikes, like you can't win in that.
Most of those people are going to drive their home back home.
Ming had a great point. I didn't even think about that. She should get booed because she put herself in that situation with her kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing. Yeah, I mean,
never thought about
do you have the right to say something? Sure, but what happens after that? That's and you got to weigh the environment, man. And there's a bunch of drunk rednecks watching, Supercross.
Yeah.
Grab your kids, go get some food. Move. You shouldn't have to, but it's probably the easiest thing to do.
I gotta think to myself because I took I kind of took the side of the lady that was like I kind of get it because you don't want her kids to see it, but that never really came across till Ming said it. Where what is she doing, bringing her kids to a motocross like with a bunch of beer guzzling swing?
Yeah, if that was a ballet, it might have been different.
That would have been better news on your post.
Woman gets hammered at ballet, pulled out her titties. Every guy there that was dragged there had finally something to watch.
Woman shows tits at the Nutcracker. Oh, that'd be great though. But you know what? Yeah, but guys at the Nutcracker aren't gonna get turned on. They're all usually pretty much.
Yeah, I know.
They're not the same way. But that would be funny. I'm all for like women. I'm all for like women mothers taking care of their kids. or protecting their
exactly.
kids.
But it's not Sunday mass.
And I guess that's something that kind of went over. That kind of flew over me.
Yeah.
That I was a little tough about. But there's holding really kind of just protecting the female on that.
Yeah.
And then speaking of protecting a female, holy shit! Ming, you're gonna get a kick out of this one. So you hear about the Yankees, right? They hired the single A manager.
Yeah, I heard that.
They did, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wrote this thing. I'll even pull it up where it was on like a board. It was Facebook, and I commented on it. And I actually said, I was like, hey, listen, I don't know why all the negativity, it's A-ball, number one, it's A-ball, but why all the negativity, yes, she did not play Major League Ball. She was never in the show. I get that. Okay. But if these young players, think about it, if these young players want people that will take teachings from people in the show, I'm sure the Yankee organization has a whole bunch of people that are in the show. So these young players can talk to people that are surrounded by her.
Okay.
So there's that. So, but if she has a good, and she's been with the organization since 2019, but she's in baseball for 10 years.
Right.
So if she has a good baseball IQ, if she knows the fundamentals of baseball,
right,
give her a crack at it. So
I agree.
And I put that out there, and I was like, just give her a crack. And it's not like it's not the show.
Right.
It's single A ball.
Right.
So I was like, all right, give her a crack at it. Why not? Man, I couldn't believe how many people were like, well, this is why, and this is why. And I started a fucking storm of people being like, let me explain to you why. And I was like,
damn. You're wasting your breath. Male, female, I don't care. As long as you don't leave Aroldis Chapman in any too long, I don't give a crap what gender you are.
I thought you were going to take Big Boone out, right? Switch with Boone.
What the hell? As long as you don't leave freaking Chapman in far too long, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it really is.
You can manage the bullpen. You set the lineup card. You motivate your players.
Know when the shift?
Right. She's a hitting coach, so that's
Actually, she was a strength. She was a conditioning coach.
Started that, and she was also a hitting coach as well. So,
right.
But in the end, if you can manage that Yankee bullpen,
Yep.
or what, that's all that matters.
That's how I look at it too.
Will
That's
she
how I look
win
at it.
games? Great.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then she's gone.
But she'll win games.
Yeah, that's all that matters. We've seen plenty of crappy managers.
You tell me, I'm a Mets fan. Don't tell me about crappy managers.
Yeah.
We got a good one now, so we're good.
We got a good one now. But you're absolutely right. As long as she can do that, so you're the same with me, right? Give it a crack at it, right? Like,
I don't care what your gender is. If you can manage the team, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well. The only thing I have a problem with, and here's the thing, we don't even know. This is Derek, is where we don't have a full story, because people are like, well, if she doesn't play in the show, how can she teach me how to hit? Like, how does she know when to choke up on the bat when it's 3-2?
She's a hitting coach, first of all. She's got experience as a hitting coach too. There are plenty of managers that never.
But here's the thing too. But she's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball coming right at you, and she doesn't know what it feels like. She doesn't know where. She doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I can kind of understand and get. But there's other coaches that can help that. You know, she has a great IQ in baseball and fundamentals, like you just said earlier. Managing is what she needs to do. There are coaches out there. There are hitting coaches, aren't there? Like, if you're the head coach, if you're the head coach, do you teach them how to hit or pick up? No, you have coaches for that, don't you?
Right, you do. But just because you don't do something well doesn't mean you can't teach others how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, I understand that.
There is.
I do understand that, but you should have seen like the vitriol I started, and all I was saying was give her a crack at it. Give her a crack. It's a ball.
Yeah.
You know, it's a ball. It's not double. It's not triple A ball. It's a step up rookie ball.
Yeah.
Why not give her a crack at it?
She doesn't have to hit the ball. She just have to tell them how.
Now, if she was a major league player,
Either way, I mean, you can study mechanics and be good at reading mechanics of people. You can be good at that. You know what I mean? You can have the insight into that without having the physicality to be able to do it. You know what I mean? It can still benefit people to listen to you.
well, the biggest argument here was not even just that, too. You're absolutely right, but the biggest argument was
All the team said, "Show me your titties." That's
No.
why. That's why.
But-
Yep. That's why.
that's see, Derek.
That's exactly why.
You see, Derek.
It's because she has breast. That's why. I'm telling you. That's why. It's not because she doesn't know how to, tell them how.
Wow, dude.
That's it. That's it. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's because it's a difficult thing for a lot of people to grasp that, you're in what has mostly been a men's game, and now you're a woman doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's exactly what it is.
I would like to not think as well, and this is true, that it's not just a publicity stunt. What do you think?
Well, with the Yankees, who knows?
Well, the Yankees aren't getting any kind of rhythm on the back pages and anything. They're not doing anything. So they've gotten a lot of rhythm from this.
Well,
right?
yeah, but now they're the first, right? So, I mean, there's something to be said about being the first, right?
But do you think there's more qualified people that want the same opportunity because they're a guy and not a female?
Well, see, that's the part of the story we don't know. How many people do they interview, and what?
That's not the point.
Well, yeah, because how do you define what's qualified? You know what I mean?
Someone that's played and coaches right now.
But like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be a better coach if you weren't as good a player. You know what I mean? There's a lot of players that they played in college and that's it. You know what I mean? But they know how to hit. They can teach how to hit, but they're not that good at playing. There's a lot of cases where that's the case.
Yeah, I know, but I do have to feel. I'm sorry, I do have to feel that there's probably a lot of people out there that want the same opportunity as she has or wants, or now that she has that, or just as qualified and maybe even more qualified that didn't get it because she's a female, and that's very fair.
Well, why don't you take it? Why don't you take it to another level? What about the people that are building these teams? I mean, look at the GMs and stuff. Like, a lot of these people have never played ball before. They've never, but what makes them think they can put a fucking team together if they've never played ball before? But somehow they do it. You got your Theo Epsteins. You got, you know what I mean?
The GM is more analytics. It's like you find the player. No, you find the players that know they can do it. and then you have the coaches that implement that talent.
Well, but that's what I mean. So what they're talking about is relationships to some degree, right? We need to get these people working together as a team, right? So they look at stats and numbers, and I'm sure she's doing the same when it comes to hitting. And she's trying to find players that are going to work together as a team. And when those players are assembled, she's trying to find a way to make them work together and click. And that's something that can be done just by watching. You don't have to be a great ball player to see that and do that.
I mean, that's once again, I'm dying to see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Because Ming said it. He was like, if she wins, it's great, but if she gets fired, she's done. You know, she's out. So
I mean, look on the bright side.
Curious.
Now people have an excuse to go watch a single A ball game.
That's true.
Somerset.
Hey, look, man, that was a good game.
It was a great game.
It was a
great game.
I like the Somerset Pages. I thought that was a good time.
It was a fun time. It was a fun time, but there were a lot of people out there that were having a lot of fun with it.
There was a lot of mistakes, but that's why. See, that's why single A ball. Like
exactly.
when you get like a lightning bolt shot at you on the third base line, and you can't pick it up.
The screen.
It's hard. It's fucking hard.
It's really hard.
But major leaguers make it look easy.
Yep.
And that's what we miss when we see. When we see A ball. But I don't mind going to A ball because you're paying what, $7 for a beer, $6 for a beer, but you paid what, $12 for the ticket.
Yep.
Speaking of that, man, did you see the Giants this past week? Joe Judge is gone. We talked about, but that's one.
Oh yeah.
You could have gotten for the Washington Redskins. They're always gonna be the Redskins to me. So if you're offended, I don't care. But there's the Redskins versus the Giants. You could have got a ticket. You could have got a ticket for that game for $7. $7. You could have got it for $7. That's where our organization is.
The same price
right
as half
now.
a beer.
You think about that. A beer there would have cost you more than a ticket to watch that sorry-ass team
shit.
not be there. And I talked about this on my other earlier podcast as well. As a Giants fan, you can imagine how happy I am without having Judge there, without having. Now Gettleman's gone. This is such a good. If you're a Giants fan, this is such a great thing. So I'm so happy about that. And you being a Dolphins fan is actually.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's good.
Flores.
I would do everything for your coach. I so hope your coach.
Did you see the explanation they gave?
It was something stupid, right?
They said he wasn't fired because of his accomplishments on the field. He was fired because apparently he had wanted Herbert instead of Tua and made that well known, and they didn't go with him. And since then, his relationship with Tua has been strained, and he wasn't able to, to overcome that.
Overcome it? They won their last fucking 7 out of 8 games.
Yeah, but apparently they don't have a very good relationship, and he also didn't have a good relationship with the two assistant GMs, I guess, that were. Responsible for deciding to take Tua.
Is that what it was?
That's what it said. That's what I read.
God,
that's what they
terrible,
said.
I would do anything to get that coach.
Apparently, winning isn't everything.
I would do anything for that coach. Remember? Do you remember me saying how much I like that coach? And I was like, they got a great coach, and he's going to put it together. And you doubted it, but he put it together. And now that he's not there, if you're a Giant, I'm sorry, man. If you're a Giants fan, like. You want everything. You would. I mean, why not? You think
you guys are going to get Flores?
I would love the fact that they got Flores. I don't know if they will because. See, I don't even know who their GM's going to be, so I don't know what direction they're going to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you got to tell me what type of GM they get. So I don't know where they're going to focus: defense, offense. I mean, I don't know. Ming, you're a Giants fan. You're a. No,
no. Speaking of the Giants, and the only reason I'm not a Giants or Jets fan is they play in New Jersey. And they don't call themselves.
Well, that's where the contract is. So
the New Jersey Jets or Giants.
Yeah.
And so did you hear about the class action $6 million lawsuit?
Yeah, because they don't play.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree. Go get your own stadium or change your name.
Yep.
Very easy.
The Jets came close, didn't they? They were going to be in the rail yard. Remember, they were going to be in that rail yard years ago? Yeah, that didn't happen. So.
Yeah, maybe it'll turn your fortunes around. Maybe you guys will field better teams.
They don't need that. They got Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Well, he won't be there.
Yeah, you get Daniel Jones. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Shut up.
First rounder.
Give the kid a break.
He's had 3 years, but okay. But that's just me.
We'll give him another 3 years.
Well, he had a neck injury, which was out. But did you hear there was some type of therapist that actually said he might be one hit away from never walking again?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? There was like this was a guy that said it like off the side. He wasn't one of the. But he was like, from what I see, he was like, he's one more hit. So if you're Daniel Jones, he got what $8 million to pick this up, right? So take that $8 million, and you just might be like, that's it. I'm gonna go coach, or I'm gonna go. Because if a doctor said that to you, I don't care how much you love the game.
One step away from never walking again, considering he was already half a step away from never throwing again.
Poor Daniel Jones, because you could tell he tries hard.
He's a nice kid.
You could tell he says all the right things.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, he
was a Manning special.
He was a Manning special. They got him because of that.
Yep.
And but I've always didn't I root for him? I would root for him. He's not good. But I root for him.
He's not good.
He's not good, but I root for him because you could tell he doesn't try to, outside of his play, he doesn't do anything really to embarrass the Giants.
That's true. And he's oned had a good running back for a little while until,
Well, he's always injured too. So he's made out of the glass too.
So.
So I didn't want to fucking hear about that. But I'm just so happy that Judge is gone. Get him in his
you might get that guy from Pittsburgh, right?
Who?
The quarterback from Pittsburgh, right?
Ben Roethlisberger? He's retiring.
No, college.
Oh, no, I hate that kid. I can't.
I don't know, man. They were talking about that. A lot of people think you should draft him.
He's going to go, but the problem...
Because you guys got 2 picks. You got, what, 5 and 7?
Yeah, we got two.
So you got 5 and 7, dude. You got 2 top 7 picks.
2 top 10s.
You could use one of those on a quarterback.
Yeah, but that guy's not going to play, so fuck him. The fact that I don't like players. I understand, but I don't like if you're a collegiate player
and
you're not
opt
gonna,
out.
You're not going to play in a bowl game because it's not a playoff or it's not the championship.
Yeah,
series.
fuck your team. Gotcha.
You're totally like leaving your team hanging and dry.
I agree with that.
And I'm not feeling that. And the fact that he just did that, and he's a good quarterback. To do that, just leaving your team like that, it's kind of shitty. But I don't know. But Derek, I'm glad you're back, dude, and I'm glad
I'm glad to be back.
And I'm glad you're more positive. You're gonna be more positive.
Hey,
you're doing better.
Day to day, daily process.
Day to day, man. But your boy's gonna be here to make sure that it's all good, brother. And outside of that, Ming, thank you for being a part of us being here in this
good to see you again,
wonderful
man.
studio that you created.
Anytime, guys. Welcome to Red Bank.
And we'll be back. And of course, we love the fact that you guys listen. Once again, with us, we talk and we try to have a good time. Everything from cannabis, sports, movies, anything pop culture, anything that we like, that you like, tell us about it, and we'd like to have a conversation about it. Continue to hang with us when we're out of here at comicsoncannabis.com, and of course, follow us at Instagram at comicsoncannabis.
There it is.
So from that point, it was great to be back for a show of the year. Guys, we'll talk to you, I guess, next week. From there, we are out.